We're going to go ahead and get this party started. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. If you're wondering why I'm here, I'm Tracy Swain. I'm the president of the club by default because Nancy Walters was our president and she had some health issues in January and had to step down. So I was automatically it. So you're going to see me get installed today officially, but I've been the president since January. So thank you all so much for being here. And Pat, if you'll come on up. Pat is our membership vice president, and she's going to try to show where all our guests are. We've got lots of people that are guests today.
Okay, and if you'll raise your hand, it would be great to identify. We're so glad y'all came today. Sorry it's not a little prettier weather, but anyway, let's go. Okay, Becky Vansant, and she's the GFWC Alabama president-elect. And Allison Hoskins has not gotten here yet, so I do know her. Okay, all right. Gary Sheffield, right back here with Joy. That's right, they'll be entertaining us. Jeannie and Tom Glenn. And Meals on Wheels right over here. Lacey and Hans Schaff, right back in the back there. Larisa and her son, Joel Friedman, scholarship winners. Denae Washington and Tiffany Washington, her mom. Jeffrey Swain.
Woohoo!
Tracy's wonderful husband. Okay. Kathy Davis Chesser.
Awesome.
Okay.
Everybody's awesome, but this is my fan club right
Hey, everybody needs a fan club. All right. Jeray Turwater, Sherry Miller, Jonathan. I'm sorry. Okay. Myra Ezel.
Miriam.
Oh, okay. Marian Ezel, excuse me. Tammy Ross, back table back here with Linda, and Mariola, one of our friends of our club. Oh, you're supposed to raise your hand. All right. All right. All right.
Great. Thank you.
Great day. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for
Good morning, everyone. I am going to give the invocation and pray for our meal today. Most of you are very familiar with the collect. It's what we recite at all of our meetings at the end. I was asked to incorporate something for our invocation today that went along with the collect. The collect was written as a personal prayer by Mary Stewart in 1904. And this was before any women organization even existed. So for that club woman who is living the volunteer spirit, why are we as women the leader of many groups, organizations, and professional businesses? And we are leaders, we are movers and shakers. Mary Stewart was a very strong woman. I believe shared many thoughts to safeguard our words, to be aware that are negative versus positive action. For example, pettiness and fault finding will kill your spirit. They will wipe the smile off your heart and will drain the river of blessings from your soul. We as leaders should never pretend to be what we are not. What happens is pretense is the lack of self-esteem, unhappy with oneself. I believe too many people confuse what happiness is. It is not wealth or what you wear, the car you drive, or the house you live in. Happiness is feeling good about yourself. It is important that we honor God and each other through honesty and integrity of our words. Whoever cannot increase you will eventually decreased you. You won't win if you don't begin. Life is like a tennis game. You can't win without serving. Think of this. I heard that a smile takes 17 minutes, but a frown takes 49 minutes. Muscles. With that volunteer spirit for serving others, it represents the human heart. The most powerful force in the world is love. To exhibit love is to place high value on them as Christ first loved us. It will make us grow calm, serene, gentle, and unafraid. One great example of the woman of service and activism was Helen Keller. She was the only blind person who graduated from college in 1904. Connect. I thought that was very interesting, how it related to Mary Stuart. She won an Academy Award for her movie, Helen Keller and Her Story. Time magazine named her the most important people of the 20th century. And even the U.S. Treasury honored Helen by putting her image on the Alabama State Quarter, which had her name in Braille. Just remember, life is not a schedule of defeats, but a parade of miracles through service. Shall we pray? Thank you, dear Lord, for this group today. I ask a very special blessing on each family that is represented here today. Father, you are the great I am, and we thank you for all the many blessings. And Father, we thank you for the servers today that will be coming forth to bring us food and to serve us. We give you all the praise and glory in your precious Son's name, Father. Amen.
Good morning. I'm Becky Heffelfinger, and as we remember all those who have sacrificed for our freedoms, please stand with me and we will recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, so we just have a few things I want to cover for the business part of the club. And if you're wondering why I have these crazy things, it's because we are a service club. And I'm going to ask everyone here to get to work. Okay, so this may look like a regular old bottle, but the screw cap on it is money for schools. So please, if you're a guest, collect anything that screws on. You know, as long as it has the screws inside, we can use it. And then we give that to schools and they translate that into money. So please, everyone, start a little collection. You can use like the gallon bags, put them in there. And if you can't find one of the club members to give it to, my phone number is on the website. Call me and I'll come get them from you, okay? So that's first thing is we need your caps. The next thing is your empty pill bottles. Okay, if you haven't heard of Matthew 25 Ministries, that's where we donate our pill bottles. And they need to be cleaned and you need to take the labels off. And then we collect these and send them to Matthew 25. What they do is, you know how they have the Doctors with No Borders and they go into places and help underprivileged. They get their medication in jugs, right? So when someone has walked 10 miles to get to them and get service, they may give them 2 weeks of an antibiotic. They have nothing to carry it in. So they might use their clothing, they might use some newspaper. If we can use these, they walk away with their medication. So please don't ever throw one of these away, okay? We want them, and then we send them over there. The other thing is, I was gonna bring a beer can. Okay, any little tab, these little things, we want these because these we give to Ronald McDonald House in Birmingham. That's a free stay for a family that has a child that's having treatment at one of the children's centers. So they're on soup cans, they're on soda cans, beer cans, whatever. It's these little things. So if you'll just put them in a baggie, and again, if you don't know a club woman that can pick them up, call me, I'll come get them from you. So that's what we need from you all. And we got a lot of awards. If you're not familiar with the way our club works, we are at the local level. Then we have districts, and then we have the state, and then we have international, which is General Federation of Women's Clubs. There are almost 80,000 women as part of these clubs. So we're very honored to be a part of that. And we actually got 9 awards from the state. We just had a convention. And so I'd like the ladies to stand up as I read your area. Fundraising and Development, Brenda Bounds, Lynette Patterson, and Beth Hoffman. If you'll stand and stay standing. There she is, being shy. Communication and Public Relations, that was my area. And we got a Club Creativity Award for the website. And it was because we're doing a free website with Wix, and we're using just a redirect on the URL, if that makes any sense. I know for Sherry it does. Okay, the GFWC Alabama State President's Project, celebrating our everyday heroes. Susan Wessinger, she'll stand. Linda Treadway. Is Linda? Yeah, there she is. And there's a basket in the back that is snacks that we're going to give to the police department. It's the South Precinct, I think. Is that West Precinct? Okay. If you'd like to, please consider giving a donation, and they'll buy snacks and give it to the police officers. Those are our everyday heroes. It's those people who are on the front line for us every day. And we were recognized from the state as doing that for our club. Our 2728 Society is our headquarters in Birmingham. We were recognized for helping them. And then all the club ladies, please stand. You're not in trouble. Okay, this was Excellence in Membership, the State Scholarship Fund, and the President's Award of Excellence. So you know that little pop tab I showed you? There were 16 Alabama clubs that gave 637 pounds of that. That was enough for a week free for a family at the Ronald McDonald House. So I just want you all to be recognized. Thank you for the work that you've done to get those state awards. Okay, and Miss Angela, I need you up front. Where is she? There she is. Always. Okay, so the other ladies have gotten their awards already, their little prizes. And before I was the president this year, I did the report. So I was the first vice president. And I gave all of our ladies little prizes that just went over and above in everything that they did. And so we have this little thing called an activity entry form. And every time someone does something for the community, they fill that out. Then we do reports. We send them up to our state. And that's how we get the awards. So this is for Angela. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And stay with me here for a second. Okay, so natural. Thank you. Okay, so for 2022, that's what all these awards are for. We had 18 members that entered information, because we still have some ladies that we're working on to fill out the forms. We had 213 entries for a total of 3,085 hours. That's what our club did for the community. Now these are reported hours, because there's a lot of ladies that work and they forget to report their hours. So we're going to work on that. So Angela at 228 hours. 41 total entries in environment, arts and culture, health and wellness, civic engagement, and outreach. And Brenda Bounds, if you'll please stand. Brenda was our hot shot, 683 hours she worked. Thank you. Thank you very much. So Angela, I'm gonna turn it over to you for our Meals on Wheels presentation.
Great, I'm honored to be able to present to you our recipient for the charity fundraiser check this year is Meals on Wheels. And as many of you know already, Meals on Wheels delivers hot meal every day, Monday through Friday, to many people around, and it's not just older people. It may be people that just cannot cook for themselves. They have no one else to help them, and so they do just a wonderful job. And we've had such a relationship. I'm thinking, and this is before my time, of course, maybe 50 or 55 years of our relationship of fundraising for them. And some of you ladies will remember when we used to do the fashion show at the Marriott, and they would. We would have our fashion show runway, and we would ask Tom, I don't know if he was coerced to do this or if he voluntarily, I think he loved it. You remember, BJ, he would be the last one down the runway, and he would take off his coat, and the cat calls from the ladies when he'd throw that coat over his shoulder. So Jeannie and Tom, I'd like you to come and join me up here, and I'd love to present to you our fundraiser for Meals on Wheels this year is $6,000. We have a check for you. And I have asked if Tom wants to take a couple of minutes to tell us, you may take the podium and tell us just a couple of things that he wants to share about changes in Meals on Wheels program that I'm just learning about.
Okay, my voice is coming and going, so if it goes, Jeannie's going to pick up. The Meals on Wheels program really hasn't changed, but the Senior Center has. Our name since 1974 has been the Huntsville-Madison County Senior Center. Effective last month, it is now the Studio 60 Senior Center. And the reason for the change is so many people will call and say, how many people live there? Or, I don't want to go to that nursing home. I don't want to go be around all those old people. They have no concept of how active and busy the Senior Center is. You know, it's not your grandmother's Senior Center where you come down, you play bingo, you do a craft, and you go home. We have people that take line dancing, belly dancing, have a big fitness center, Pilates, everything you can possibly imagine. We teach 47 different creative skills. So the studio part of Studio 60 implies truly we have an art studio, we have music studio, we have dance studio, we have fitness studio. We're studying all the time. We teach languages. It's a place where when people retire, they start the fun part of their lives, the growing part, the exploring. There's so much to explore down there. Meals on Wheels is for the people who can't come down there. They're shut in. They can't cook for themselves. Some of them, like me, can't talk. And we provide that noon meal 5 days a week. Currently, we're at 248 meals. We've been as high as 270. And it's based on the need and the people that are referred. There's no charge for the meal. And for many of them, that's the difference between living independently in their own homes or going to a nursing home. And, you know, one of the biggest stressor in the life of an older person is loss of a spouse. The second greatest is loss of a long-term residence, and that sense of ownership and fitting in and the habitual way of living. So we keep people living independently at home a lot longer than they otherwise would have. And it's all based on volunteers. Every meal.
Thank you, Tom. If you have
I'm being-
volunteered for Meals on Wheels, Please stand. Those that
And there's always opportunity for more volunteers.
always for more volunteers. If you don't get to, I want everybody in the club to at least volunteer with me once.
Okay, I'm Mary Ann Moon, and I'm chair of the HWC President's Project, which was Ryker's Rainbow. I'm going to ask Lacey and Hans Schaaf to join me at the podium. It's been our privilege to join in their mission to honor the memory of their son, Ryker. If you have participated with activities this year or helping with deliveries next week, please stand. We are so pleased to donate $6,000 to Ryker's Rainbow.
I guess I don't need a podium. Like she said, my name is Lacey Shaw. This is my husband, Hans. We started Ryker's Rainbow in 2020 in memory of our son, Ryker, who passed when I was 37 weeks pregnant. It was during COVID, and we had never known anyone who had lost a child or suffered a loss such as ours. And we felt pretty alone, pretty isolated, and we didn't know of any resources. So my mom had given me a book. It was called Mommy, Please Don't Cry, There Are No Tears in Heaven. And when I read it, I thought it was just so beautiful and so touching and really just so simple and shine the message of the hope of heaven to remind me that although Ryker wasn't here with us, that he was safe and he was cared for and he was in the best place he could be. And when I read that book, I knew immediately that I wanted to get it to other mamas who had experienced loss such as that. I won't go into all the details, but that book, we started in Huntsville Hospital. We donated 60 of them. And in that short time frame, in less than 2.5 years, we're now in 12 hospitals. And we don't even just do books now, we have a whole blessing box that we give to families so that they leave the hospital with something in their arms. They're not leaving empty-handed. Because of generous donations such as this, we were able to roll out sibling support last year. So we are now able to offer families that have siblings at home and they have questions of, hey, mommy or daddy, what happened? We give them a resource to talk to their children about grief and about loss. And that's all because of the community and because of the giving community that you guys are. Since that time, since 2020, we've assisted 350 families in 12 hospitals. We've donated over 50 sibling support packages, and we've helped over 25 families with final arrangements in terms of hopefully relieving some of the burden of the financial cost that comes with the unexpected loss of a child. So it's just, we're incredibly grateful for you guys and for seeing our mission as worthy and to recognize. And I really just want to say that we had a number of people come up to us today and just say, hey, somebody here experienced loss, have you been connected with them? And Hans and I were talking in the parking lot, we're so glad that you guys are sharing that we are a resource and we're here for people, that they are not alone, because it's such a subject that many don't want to talk about. So really, of course, the donations, thank you so much, but also thank you for sharing our mission and telling others about us, because that's really what it's about. So we're very grateful for you guys. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Susan Cloud, and I am chair of the scholarship committee. And this club is giving $1,500 for education to 2 different recipients. And I want to welcome them today. I will announce their receipt of their awards in alphabetical order. The first is Larisa Friedman. Larisa, and if you will come forward, and let me also introduce her son, who is with her today as a guest, Joel Friedman. So Joel, thank you for being here. And Larisa, You will be receiving a,
Bless your heart. Naturally posed. Ready? 1, 2.
thank you. And I want to give Larisa just a couple of moments to tell you about herself. She has a very interesting background. Come forward.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad and excited to be here and meet people who stay behind this scholarship. I know people don't have a lot of work to accelerate my scholarship, but I can start a summer class with what is prerequisite for fall. I thought generation immigrants from Russia. I came here only 1 year ago, but I still have some trouble talking of perfect English. I hope you forgive me. I'm a single mom. I'm a homeschool teacher from K to 12th grade. My son finally get in college. And I launched at workforce, but I realized my skill set from the last millennium. I think everyone feels this when Corona starts. But I guess for me it was even harder. Also, I'm a member at large in Council Chess Club. I was located in library almost across the street. If somebody know anybody interested in chess, it's free. Welcome everyone on Tuesdays. I decided to go an IT certification. I think it's really popular next several decades. So thank you again for giving me this scholarship and this opportunity. I really appreciate for everyone who has part of it.
Would you? I know, I'm sorry.
The other recipient in alphabetical order is Denae Washington. Denae is attending, come on forward if you like, is attending Alabama A&M University. And she wants to be a veterinarian and is studying animal biology. And please give her a warm welcome. Didn't you do this the last time? I'll do this. And let me mention, Denae's mother, Tiffany Washington, is accompanying her today. Tiffany, would you stand?
Sorry. I just want to thank the Huntsville Women's Club for honoring me with this scholarship. Receiving the award. It's such an honor. It will help me continue my education at Alabama A&M, and upon graduating, I plan to go to veterinarian school. I'm not sure where to yet. I'm a sophomore. I just finished my sophomore year this Friday, actually today. So that's good. And then this summer, I've been selected to participate in Doctors in Italy program, so I will be traveling to Perugia. I'll stay there for 2 weeks, shadowing veterinarians and learning different techniques over there. And I would also really want to give my sincerest gratitude to Ms. Susan Cloud for telling me about this scholarship and making it available to me. And I also want to thank my mother for accompanying me. She's one of my biggest inspirations. And thank you to everybody who helped pick me.
I'm late in saying this, but it's very important. Let me mention the other people who are on the committee. Susan Booth and Angela Seener and BJ Boynton. And Tracy was very helpful also in administrating this scholarship. Yes. So thank you so much, and thank you, recipients.
So as you can see, we love to help and we love to give money. And congratulations to all of our recipients, our scholarship winners, Ryker's Rainbow, and to Meals on Wheels. Thank you for being here. Please give them a big round of applause. Okay, so next is lunch. So please enjoy, and we will start again in 30 minutes. Please continue enjoying your lunch. We're going to go ahead and start and get our installation done. So the ladies that are being installed, take a big bite, and then you can finish up after we finish installing. I know some people need to leave and be on time. So I'd like to introduce you to Becky Vansant. We are so excited to have her with us. She has been a federated club woman for 30 years and is a charter member of GFWC Legacy, which is a sister club of ours, and a GFWC Alabama Leads graduate. She's been a local club president, a district director, a state first vice president, second vice president, treasurer, and secretary. She served on the Alabama board for 25 plus years and is the current GFWC Alabama president-elect. That's why we wanted her. She served as the Alabama PTA state president, president of South Huntsville Friends of the Library, and is currently serving as the board president for Wellstone Behavioral Health. Becky and Dawn, married for 36 years, reside in Huntsville. Their daughter Megan, which I had the honor to meet last night, is 30. She's a federated club woman and is an architect with the facilities group at NASA. Their son Daniel is 21 and is a senior at Middle Tennessee State University. Becky's the assistant for Madison County Commissioner Phil Riddick. Please help me welcome the amazing Becky Vansant.
Thank you so much. And Tracy, thank you for asking me to install you today. I feel like I'm at home. I know a lot of the club members in Huntsville Women's Club, and I'm just so thrilled to have the opportunity to be here today to represent the state for you and all your great work that you're doing in our community. And it's nice to have sister clubs that do a lot of projects together and double our impact in our world. So the General Federation of Women's Clubs is an international women's organization dedicated to community improvement by enhancing the lives of others through volunteer service. As you heard, with nearly 80 members in affiliated clubs throughout the United States and through a dozen countries, GFWC members are community leaders who are working locally to create global change. Collectively, we are living our motto, living the volunteer spirit. Just a few examples of our many accomplishments. 75% of the national libraries were founded by GFWC clubs. That's 474 free public libraries, 4,655 traveling libraries of our history. We were known for founding America's first national park system and supported the creation of the National Park Service. We were instrumental in the passage of the children's child labor laws and the Pure Food and Drug Act. The 8-hour workday, workplace safety, and inspection and workman's compensation are efforts that we have championed. GFWC Women's Crusade for Seatbelts program resulted in the installation of more than 1 million seatbelts over the course of 1 year. And those little yellow reflectors that you see down the middle of the road, that was a GFWC initiative as well. So that is our legacy. That is our legacy. So GFWC Huntsville Women's Club is part of that GFWC effort. And at the close of every GFWC meeting, all the members recite a collect for club women, which Cassandra referenced earlier. The collect was written as a personal prayer by Mary Stewart in April 1904, without any club organization in mind. The prayer was offered for publication under the title A Collect for Club Women, because at that time, women working together with wide interest from large areas, from far corners of the world, was a new thing, and perhaps they had a need for a special petition and meditation of their own. The collect has found its way around the world wherever English-speaking women work together. GFWC was the first women's organization to hear or use the collect or print it in its yearbooks and reports. A common confusion in the meaning of the title needs clarifying. Frequently, one hears it referred to as a creed, but every line of the collect is a petition or a prayer, which makes it a collect, not a creed. Nowhere does it assert a declaration of faith or a I am belief statement, which would classify it as a creed. So would each officer to be installed, please come forward. And while they're coming forward, I would like to thank the 2022-2023 officers for their service. It is greatly appreciated.
She'll call your name.
So when I call your name, you're going to receive 3 wooden roses on a bed of baby's breath, wrapped in purple, green, and white, which are your club colors. And I just want to tell you what that represents. Wood represents strength and stability, but you'll see that there can be fractures. Never forget that your words and actions can build up or break down. Purple rose represents GFWC Huntsville Women's Club, and purple being one of your many colors and one of my favorite. The red rose represents your heart for helping others and your dedication to Huntsville Women's Club. The white rose represents all the varied colors of the spectrum when mixed together, just like the varied gifts that each of you have. And the baby's breath represents all those around you. You are not alone in the office you hold. Others are supporting you and are ready to help you when you need assistance. So we will start with website director, Tracy Swain. Tracy, your office may be the most visible as you provide the face of HWC to the community. You will work closely with each officer, director, and chair to provide the most up-to-date information for the members-only area, as well as for the public. You are responsible to maintain the history of Huntsville Women's Club for those who come after you. Keep in mind that the collect says, may we strive to touch and know the great common human heart of us all. Do you accept the responsibilities of this position?
Can I run?
No, you can't.
Yes, I do.
At this point, you have to say yes.
Yes, I
okay?
do.
Okay, thank you. Next is our newsletter director, Susan Wessinger. Susan, your office is truly the heart and soul of Huntsville Women's Club, and it may be the most fun. You will keep the members informed of all the activities, important dates and events, notes of interest, education, and the membership heart of Huntsville Women's Club. You will work with all the officers, directors, chairs, and members to compile information for what is ahead. Also, you are creating a historical record for current and future members. Keep in mind, from our collect, let us be large in thought, in word, in deed. Do you accept the responsibilities of this position?
I do.
Congratulations. So the next one must be a really big job because it has to go to 2 people, and that is the handbook director, and that is Angela Saynor and Tracy Swain. What you provide will literally be carried by each member because they will use the handbook you create throughout the entire club year. You will provide information that members can see and touch. You will work in concert with the president and website director, which is a good thing, you're website director, right? To give each member the information they need with guidance of where to find additional information. To help you as you go forward, remember from the collect is best suited, remember the entire collect is best suited as you collect information. Do you accept the responsibilities of this position?
I do.
Congratulations. Another big job that requires two people to do it is treasurers, Susan Booth and Joy Denver. As you know, your office is one of trust and responsibility, an office that not everyone can hold or wants to hold. You will work closely with your president, keeping her and the membership informed on a regular basis as to the financial status of Huntsville Women's Club. To guide you in your journey ahead, keep this in mind from the college. May we never be hasty in judgment and always generous, which you've already accepted today. Do you accept the responsibilities of this position?
Yes.
Congratulations. Secretary, Susan Cloud. Susan, the responsibilities of your office require accuracy and exactness as you record in a concise manner the activities taken by this club. At all times, keep your records ready for easy consultation and assure they are intact at the close of your office. You should remember that the making of history is often not noted because it is not recorded. To help you in your task, keep in mind from the college, teach us to put into action our better impulses, straightforward and unafraid. Also, let us forget not to be kind. Do you accept the responsibilities of this position?
Yes.
Congratulations. Thank you. Third Vice President, Brenda Bounds, fundraising. The responsibilities of your office requires endless persistence, patience, and a thick skin. In those moments that you may feel overwhelmed, remember that all of the HWC officers, directors, chairs, and members are standing by your side, supporting you and are ready and willing to help in any way. May you always remember to ask for help and accept assistance when offered. You will be busy looking for ideas to bring to the membership to raise money, which in turn deeply impacts the lives in your community. Also, delegate to allow other members the joy of engagement, which will help lighten the load of your important office. To help you, keep in mind from the college, let us be large in thought, in word, in deed. Brenda, do you accept the responsibilities of this position? Congratulations. Second Vice President, Pat Chambers. Pat, the duties assigned to you greatly influence the future of Huntsville Women's Club. A membership vice president should not merely be alert to women in the community who can benefit from and contribute to Huntsville Women's Club, but she must be attuned to the needs of the existing members and cooperate with other officers in assuring that the individual members are enriched by the experiences of education, service, and friendship. You will need to be very mindful of all that is happening with long-standing members, the new members, and those hoped-for members. Your gracious hospitality will make lasting impressions. You may find this helpful from the college. May we put away all pretense and meet each other face to face without self-pity and without prejudice. Do you accept the responsibilities of this position? Congratulations. First Vice President, Mary Ann Moon. Mary Ann, the office of First Vice President is the most important job As first vice president, you serve as the bridge to the Huntsville Women's Club chairs, and you will promote the objectives of GFWC, as well as strive to meet the needs of Huntsville Women's Club. You will be the right arm of the president and work very closely with her. For in the event of her absence, you must be prepared to assume the office in a smooth and efficient manner. You have a great opportunity to contribute to the growth of your members through resourceful programming, which creates a festival of fun, interest, and knowledge for your members. While there is much leadership in Huntsville Women's Club, leadership is an attribute which can always be revitalized and strengthened through the presentation of new ideas and new avenues. Maybe this be helpful to you from the college. Teach us to put into action our better impulses, straightforward and unafraid. Do you accept the responsibilities of this position?
Yes, I do.
Congratulations. And last, but certainly not least, Tracy. President. Huntsville Women's Club has bestowed upon you a great honor by electing you as president. For they are saying to you that you are the image they wish to hope for as being representative of them. They have also bestowed upon you a great gift for responsibilities which go with the office, like a very special opportunity for service, for the formation of new friendships, and for the attainment of personal growth. It is an office requiring leadership, optimism, enthusiasm, organization, tact, and the ability to listen. Know and appreciate your members for the unique, wonderful individuals that they are. Use your gavel, a symbol of your authority, sparingly but firmly. Enjoy and learn from your presidency, and your members will enjoy it and learn with you. Be mindful of your responsibilities, not only to Huntsville Women's Club, but to the Alabama Federation of Women's Clubs, the North District, and the state AFWC, and to our international organization, GFWC. Just as the routine of every day sometimes calls for downright courage, so does the challenge and responsibility of your office. Your officers, directors, and chairs will help you solve many of the difficulties may arise in every situation. Think of this from the college. Teach us to put into action our better impulses, straightforward and unafraid. And, oh Lord God, let us forget not to be kind. Tracy, do you accept these responsibilities? Congratulations. Huntsville Women's Club members, these are the officers of your choice. Each has been installed with confidence and encouragement to guide her. Your attitude can help or hinder her and Huntsville Women's Club in the coming years. For you, I suggest from the college, let us be done with fault finding and leave off self-seeking. Grant that we may realize it is the little things that create differences, and may we strive to touch and to know the great common human heart of us all.
So here's a little song just to keep a reminder in us all that even though we're faced with great challenges sometimes, just to keep moving straight forward, unafraid, and do what's in our heart. Baby Blue staring at the window pane, just counting drops of rain, wondering if she's got the guts to take it. Running down her dreams in a dirty dress, now her heart's a mess, praying she will find a way to make it. Keep on climbing though the ground might shake. Keep on reaching though the limb might break. You come this far, don't you be scared now. You can learn to fly all the way down. Searching for a sign in the night, even like a lonely street of lights. They'll burn just long enough for you to see it. The road's been long and lonely, and you feel like giving up. But there's more to this than just a breath we're breathing. So keep on climbing though the ground might shake. Keep on reaching though the limb might break. You've come this far, don't you be scared now. You can learn to fly all the way down. You won't forget the heavy steps it took to let it go. Close your eyes, count to 10, hold your breath and fly. And keep on climbing while the ground might shake. Keep on reaching though the limb might break. You've come this far, don't you be scared now. You can learn to fly all the way down.
Now may we all read the collect with our newly installed officers. If you will please stand. The collect is inside the program, and all of you may also find it in your wooden rose bouquets. Keep us, O God, from pettiness. Let us be large in thought, in word, in deed. Let us be done with fault-finding and leave off self-seeking. May we put away all pretense and meet each other face to face, without self-pity and without prejudice. May we never be hasty in judgment and always generous. Let us take time for all things and to grow calm, serene, gentle. Teach us to put into action our better impulses, straightforward and unafraid. Grant that we may realize it is the little things that create differences, that in the big things of life we are at one. And may we strive to touch and to know great common human heart of us all. And O Lord God, let us forget not to be kind. Thank you so much, Becky. So as my first act as official president for this year, we are adjourned at 12:25. Thank you all.
And keep on climbing while the ground might shake. Keep on reaching though the limb might break. You come